from now on, I'm gonna thank each and every one of y'all that rock with me, uh, and lend me y'all ears and y'all eyes. Because I don't say it enough in videos, and I need to start saying it. Just so y'all won't think that I'm making these videos and I'm not appreciative of what y'all do. Y'all lend me y'all eyes and ears. So I was just thinking, man. Um, I was thinking basically of my life and the relationships that I've been in, and I was thinking, what did I end up getting out of those relationships? Besides one of them, that involved my child, and I'm very, very grateful for her. You know, um, I wouldn't trade that in for the world, but I just don't. I wouldn't like that she has to go through the stuff that we are in. We are facing in the world, today and beyond. But yeah. Let me stop talking about that. And get on with the video. Um, I was just, like I said, I was just thinking about, you know, my relationships and you know what benefited me outside of my child. And I have to say I got something, but I didn't get hardly anything, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because the relationships I was in, it was, now that I think about it, it was purely transactional. It was more about what I can prove to them. I mean, what they can get out of me in a relationship, as opposed to just genuinely loving me and us being a couple, you know. And you know, what I see going on today is that there's no genuine care anymore as far as relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is like, if you don't have anything to bring to the table, you don't have a chance with that woman unless you have something, right? Whatever happened to genuine relationships where two individuals are into each other and they're not being purely transactional? I don't see a lot of that no more today. And I think a lot of that has to do with social media, ruin the aspect of that, because, I mean, that's one of it. I won't say social media period, but that's just one aspect. But I think, like I said, social media has to do with a lot of relationships being ruined the way they are, because people have a perception of how a man should be, or how a woman should be, and that's just not reality to me. You know what I'm saying? If I look at a woman today, I'm going to look at her first of all for her beauty, right, and her knowledge, right, and her characteristics. I'm not going to check her pockets and wonder what she got. I'm going to purely be looking at what I'm attracted to, you know. And I forgot to mention also conversation. Um, that right there to me is more valuable than a transaction. Meaning that, yeah, if you gotta have the money in your pocket, you gotta have the job, you gotta have something sustainable that's gonna have you thriving in life in order to get a chance with me, you know. And although those things are needed in life, supposedly, quote unquote, right? Because everybody thinks the whole 9 to 5 thing is end all be all, which I've talked about that in previous videos. But what I'm saying that to say is that if you don't bring anything to the table outside of you being who you are, you don't have a shot with that woman. And quite frankly, she might not even love you. No, I'm gonna say she might not even love you. She's not gonna love you because she's clearly looking at basically what's in your pockets. You know, I haven't heard in the last what? Shit. I haven't heard in the last shit. Probably I'm only guessing, right? But I haven't heard in the last shit 10 years or less a woman be into a man based on him. Just truly admiring him being handsome and just the way the way he acts, the things he do, right? I haven't seen a woman be purely just into that, right? And if she is into that, it's tied to something. You know what I'm saying? Um, I really truly believe, right, in my heart of hearts, that when you were younger, right, and then get all this infestation infused in your mind, right, and you like that other individual when you were younger, you purely like that person for them. It didn't have to do with, having what's in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? I would see, some of my fondest memories of seeing little young relationships, right? Um, just completely innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like that girl or that young man wanted to be around that individual, and if they had something, you know, it was cool, right? But if they didn't have anything, you didn't hear the young man or young woman, right, getting upset like, why can't we do this or why can't we do that? You know, it was never none of that. It was purely, I mean, seriously, purely about it being into each other. But fast forward to today, we in a world of transactions. If you don't have a transaction for me, how can I be into you? You know, and to me, it's absolutely crazy because you don't see people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? You see people for what they can provide for you. You know, if like I said, if I'm with somebody, right, I'm not going to look at you for what's in your pocket, right? I'm going to look at you for you, right? And if we got to go down together, we're going to go down together. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're going to both pick each other up. And we both going to thrive in life, right? Supposedly, right? If powers that be will let folks thrive in life, right? I would literally say, hey, if this boat go down, I'm going to go down with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a situation where, oh, if you don't have this, then our relationship is in jeopardy. No, it has to do, if the relationship doesn't work, it has to do with other elements outside of the materialistic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we do have materialistic things, right? If it comes along time that you can have those things, sure, okay, it's cool. It's cool too, right? But that's not what I'm into you for. I'm into you for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people lost the misconception of what a real relationship is, man. You know? I think some of the old heads out here that know what I'm talking about when I say this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Um, we're missing that, man. And we're missing that big time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not genuine. I don't see any genuineness. I don't see any genuineness these days, man. Like I just see a lot of fake ass foolery, man, across the board. Especially when I'm walking around. I mean, when I'm going places and doing different things, I just see it in people's mannerisms, man, and their energy. Like, I'm really big. I'm a really big on energy type of individual, man. And if I, again, energy tells it all to me. You know what I'm saying? And if your energy fucked up, you're gonna be a fucked up person. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just so crazy to me, man. Like it's really, really crazy to me that people let materialistic things dictate who they gonna be with. or who they genuinely like or who they love. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about that, man. It really, really isn't. You know, I mean, if I do see it, I'll be surprised. You know what I'm saying? I'll be very, very surprised because you don't get that out of people, man. You know, you get people that's into the obsession of what they can provide for them, man. And the moment that shit stops, everything stops. I mean, everything. Like I'm talking about the switch that cut off, like that, overnight type stuff. Like, I mean, that's crazy, y'all. It's really, really crazy how this stuff is formed, man. Like, I see it more and more each day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't hear, I see it in real life more and more each day. And I'm very concerned, man. You know, I think ever since the shift happened, man, people just went down with the shift, man. Like, they just feel like, well, if the world gonna go to shit, then I might as well go with it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck everybody. Like, it's crazy to me, man. And maybe it's just me. You know what I'm saying? That I can't. In some instances, I can't really get with the times when it comes to that, man. You know, I was cut from a different cloth. When I was young, man. I was raised with a lot of OGs and a lot of people who had knowledge, man, that they passed on to young folks. You know, not a lot of fluffed up stuff, man. It was just being just shooting the breeze, man, and giving it to the individuals. You know what I'm saying? Straight from the heart. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that, man. It's more like I mean, like, for instance, right? I seen this couple, right, that was into each other, supposedly, right? I seen them, right, be into each other, right, based on materialistic stuff, like circumstances evolving around money, like continuously, right? And I'm just looking at it, like, just watching it. And I've never seen, I've never heard the man or the woman really be into them, like just looking at them up and down and saying, man, I like what I see. I'm just trying to get to know you on a more intellectual level. I don't care about what you got. I want to know you. I want to know you. And I didn't see that at all. And I'm like, that's crazy. I mean, maybe I was thinking too much into it. Maybe so. I don't know, right? But that the way that it was forming, man, I didn't see no genuineness at all. I just seen like a transactional period between the man and the woman. It's more like, yeah, hey man, if you got about $100,000 in the bag, we can do some talking, man. You know what I'm saying? We can go on dates and we can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking like it's more like a buying situation. Like she's a prepped up doll, or he's a prepped up kid doll. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff. Like, I didn't see nothing about any genuineness, man. And it made me trip out because back in the day when I came up, I didn't have to have no damn money, right? And if I did have money, that was a plus, right? But I didn't have to have no money in order to have women be into me. They literally wanted to be into me just because, right? But later on, as I got older, a lot of it was more like, you need to have this, and this. Like you had to have literally a checklist in order to get a shot at talking to that woman. And I'm saying to myself, if it's like that, I don't want no part of it, man. I don't want no parts of it, man. If whatever you do for me, right, you're doing it out the kindness of your heart, or you're doing it because you love what you do, right? It isn't because I'm asking you, I'm begging you. No, it's more because you want to get to know me, right? Again, you're not using what you do for me as an extension, right? You're doing it because you want to do it, right? And I think a lot of people, again, like they have really lost that identity with themselves and how they treat another person, man. It's almost every time that you deal with an individual, it has to be transactional. I don't know, y'all. You know, when I go on about my life and I just do the things that I do, like I see this stuff, man. I don't just sit here and be thinking. Like I go out in the world, and I see this kind of stuff, man, and it trips me out, man. Like I don't even know if there's any genuineness no more. I don't know. And if it is, somebody tell me. I mean, please leave me some comments down below, man, and let me know if there is still some genuineness out there in the world, man. I mean, literally, real, true genuineness, because I don't see it. I feel like it's a bunch of fake ass buffoonery. You know, a lot of dark. Because I'm trying to think of the word. Like I see a lot of dark, uh, high, basically pulling the wool of your eyes, uh, hiding your hand type stuff. In a lot of cases, it's just crazy to me, man. You know, so I just had to drop this on y'all today, man. You know, and just talk about it. You know, because again, you know, I love seeing genuineness from not just myself, but from other people, man. I love seeing it. I do, because that's the only thing we really have to hold on to in these days. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have genuineness, you don't got shit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you do got that's within you that you've been carrying with you through these years, hold on tight to it. Like hold on real tight, because a lot of people out here is trying to strip you from your genuineness. All right. So with that being said, man, please like this video. Please share it. Go ahead and subscribe if you would like to subscribe. You know, I don't make videos too often talking about this, but if y'all would like to see more of this, me talking about videos like this or other things of that nature, just leave some comments, man, below. You know, and I'll be sure to take notes of them and, you know, make future videos. And so that's it. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day or night in whatever state that you live in. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. I'm gone.